Hey guys, so I wanted to do a video today. I'm actually leaving work, walking in the rain, but I'm severely ADD, so whenever I have an idea and pops in my head, try and attack it before I forget. So I wanted to talk about, looking for my keys, I wanted to talk about the difference between working out and training. There's a big difference that a lot of people just don't understand. And I kind of want to break that down for you guys. And so bear with me, I'm just getting in my car. Got a gallon. Okay. All right. So the difference between working out and training, very crucial. Depending on, it doesn't matter what your fitness goals are, but the difference is working out is, the way I look at it is, if you're working out, you go to the gym for about 30 minutes to an hour. You have a goal of being healthy, but you don't have an end goal. There's a lot of bodybuilders out there, and I'm gonna quote one, like Tyler Williamson, probably one of the best physiques I've ever seen. He's I think, or he might have, or he's on, like, really close to getting his pro card for competing in bodybuilding. But that's an example of somebody that trains. It becomes a lifestyle. And the difference is, when you're working out, you can have your three square meals a day. The three meals, they're not, most of the time, from what I've seen, and from most of the trash you see by the FDA and the trash you see by the medical field, and all this stuff, most people that are just working out, they'll have their three square meals, and they're not knowing exactly, and when I say exactly, you need to boil it down to every macronutrient, every number. So a lot of people that just have the goal of being healthy and they're working out, they're eating not healthy foods, but healthier foods. An example like that is like Subway. Subway is not, if your goal is to have a great physique and to be a bodybuilder or a great athlete, CrossFit athlete, or a power lifter, there's a lot of better options than Subway. The problem with Subway is, and this is the problem, guys, with a lot of the fast food out there. You've got McDonald's, Burger King, all that garbage and bull crap, that you're shoving down your throat. But people market Subway, and they market themselves as a healthy alternative, which it is. But then people get this preconceived notion that, okay, well, it's healthy, so I guess the guys with the best physiques, or the genetic freaks of the world, they eat Subway. And that's not the truth. You need to know in and out every diet, and you need to know in and out what every what every diet entails, what every style of eating entails. Because here's the thing, I've been in this game for not very long. I've been in it for like 4 years, and I'm trying to figure out how my body responds to certain things. So an example, my body responds like horribly to chicken. I don't digest it well. I just don't feel like I absorb the amount of grams of protein from chicken as I would from something like seafood or steak. And so it's very important to have good knowledge of what you're putting in your body, because now it goes back to when you're training. The lifestyle of it is waking up, making sure that you get the right amount of carbohydrates for your workout, whether it be oatmeal or whatever, but making sure that you're getting the right number of carbohydrates. And I'm not saying just grab bread, because you grab bread, you're gonna look like the Pillsbury Doughboy. But being smart about the certain carbs that you get, like oatmeal, that's no sugar, that's a good carbohydrate. Brown rice, sweet potato, things like that, that's the energy that's gonna sustain you in the long run. You give somebody Wonder Bread or a healthier option, wheat bread, here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna feel great, about 20 minutes, then they're going to crash because it's got a lot of simple sugars. The FDA is a hoax. The FDA is a joke. What the FDA does is they will allow McDonald's, but they won't allow things like the FDA doesn't approve supplements, protein supplements. There's people that, like vegans, the healthiest people, the fittest people on this planet, use protein powder, but the FDA won't approve that. So, going back to it, it's, you have to have a good knowledge of what you're doing. And so when you're training, you need to break it down and to know exactly what you're doing. Timing is everything. Like with me, I have to have 6 or 7 meals a day. And the thing is, it drives me nuts when people say, oh, well, you should eat when you're hungry. Yeah, you do that if you're a guy that, or a female or a guy that, has a job and you're behind a desk all day. But when you're stimulating so many muscle fibers throughout the week, you need to recover properly, and recovering properly is through supplementation and knowing what you're getting through your diet. You need to have a set amount of carbohydrates and fats and proteins, good ones, that you're getting throughout your day, and you need to be tracking, not on the scale. The scale's a joke. The scale was designed, and doctors, they really don't, it's a disconnect between fitness and doctors. If it was up to a doctor, I'd be clinically obese right now, as 90% of America would be. And here's the thing, doctors say that, I should be weighing 160. They don't have a clue. And what you have to understand is you need to go off of the mirror. And because the thing is, with the mirror, you're able to see muscle definition. If I had, say I drank alcohol last night, alcohol is bad. It lowers your free testosterone and lowers your growth hormone levels. But the thing with alcohol is you want to go off the mirror because it's going to bloat you. So an example, if you drink alcohol the night before and you're bloated, correct? And you're trying to bulk, and you look in the mirror, you're going to feel, you're going to look like a Pillsbury Doughboy. But if you went off the scale, you're going to feel like, you're freaking, Ronnie Coleman, because, you probably gained 5 to 7 pounds. When I drink, I gain 10 pounds. And so I go on the scale. I haven't been on the scale in a while, but the scale, don't go off of that. And so, that's kind of, I'm trying to vastly separate working out and training. So with your training, you need to go off the mirror. You need to understand that when you're training, it comes down to every detail. This game, whether it's bodybuilding, CrossFit, powerlifting, those sports, you have to have the mindset of an architect. If you're building the World Trade Center, by the way, BPC, never forget. If you're building a building, right, like the World Trade Center, you're not just going to slap metal together. You need to be strategic about it. You need to have a plan. The plan needs to be, what if it's raining? What if there's a hurricane and there's rust? You need to use certain metals. You need to apply that to your body. Guys, working out and training is not the same thing. If you want to work out, then go to Planet Fitness, get on the elliptical for 30 minutes, do some bench press and, crappy machine stuff, and call that a day. That's a workout. And then you can get pizza after your workout. But if you're training, it needs to be on your mind, by the time you wake up and until you go to bed. Every time I look at a meal, I'm writing down and I'm saying, what am I getting out of this? All right. So I'm going to do another video later, but this was kind of on my mind. I didn't want to forget it, but tune in at around 7 and I'll do another video. And don't forget, send in more questions and I will make sure I will answer those at 7 o'clock tonight. But yeah, so make sure you come in or tune in at 7 and we're going to have more fun with fitness. You get to see my pretty face. All right.